Well, g'day folks, how you going? Welcome aboard. It's Humpday and it's 8 p.m. Melbourne time and whatever it is around the world. I'm not going to go through the list, but I am going to say g'day to a couple of people. Well, what do you know? First on the list, Heather from Us and More, welcome aboard. Followed of, by the way, Heather, you are so lucky. Today you win 550 trillion points on P&O Australia cruises. Well, that goes to show they're not sailing. G'day, Rob. How you going? How do, Gov? Nice to see you. We've got Amy here. Hello. Welcome aboard, Amy. Nice to have you here. Let's see. Heather was getting herself all organised. We needed to know that you're doing the potty bit. But that's good. You got yourself set. Rob, the photo is a perfect example of what you want to holiday on and what you can afford to holiday on. Now, hang on a minute. I'm wondering, was it the Golden Princess as that ship was, or was it the oil tanker the oil bunker right next to it? If it was the Golden Princess, mate, sorry to say, but the Golden Princess is no longer the Golden Princess. It is now the Pacific Adventurer, I believe. It is now owned by P&O Australia. Heather's making a very good point. Can't wait to cruise. Yeah, well, I can't wait to cruise either. So looking forward to our group cruise. It's going to be great. Rob, he's taking his inflatable dinghy to the boating pond. It technically is a cruise if you've got a cocktail on board. I like that. That's actually quite good. But then Heather makes another point, right? And you're taking a gamble with it as it's... So it's also a casino. Man, I like that. That's awesome. Rob reckons he's covering all the bases. Well, mate, the best base to cover is actually come on board our cruise with us. Then you'll have an awesome time. G'day, Philip. Welcome aboard. Hi, all. Watch a YouTube video called Owl Kitty. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. Cruising on the high seas. Welcome aboard, Rob. Nice to have you here. And Amy is just clarifying a couple things. It is 3 a.m. Central Time. Okay, thanks for that. G'day, Dave. How you going, buddy? Nice to have you on board. John, it is 20:03 right now, so you must be hiding in the seating position behind your computers so that no humans can actually see you. Rob, you're in Toronto. That's nice to know. So now we know where you're at. Awesome. Oh. Here's a man. Fordman here. Good morning, everyone. You still haven't been to bed. Watching YouTube. What have you been catching up for the last 3 weeks or something? Unbelievable. All right, now John is saying g'day to everybody, which is awesome. Everybody's saying g'day to John. Philip. We found some damage from the earthquake a few weeks ago. Our booze cabinet is warped and cannot be opened. Really? Is it... Now, wait a minute. Philip, let me ask you an important question. Is it the way it is because when the earthquake was going, someone bumped into it? Yeah, okay. I won't carry that on a bit further. I might get myself into serious trouble. Okay. Philip is saying Owl Kitty's producer films his cat and inserts the cat in famous movies. Some are so good. Well, that's awesome. Okay. What else have we got? This thing jumped, as the chat usually does. Heather, hey Philip, was colouring so didn't see your comment. Sorry. That's okay. That's okay. Amy is asking Philip, why did it take you so long to figure that out? And Dave is saying, chew it open like a demented white ant. Okay. I might get that at one point. We've got a new person here, Neon Vacation. Hello, guys. Just popping in. Been a while. Glad to see you here today. Yes, it has been a while. Well, great to see you here, Neon Vacation. Okay, so we're talking all things cruising. Some good news. We've got our group cruise now has 22 cabins filled, which is awesome. And we are looking to fill it some more, so that's going to be really great. And we've got some fantastic new people coming on board. I believe one of those people is in the chat here right now. I won't tell anybody who it is. Cruising the high seas. So yes, so we should have some good times on board that cruise ship. I can tell you, we cannot wait to get on the cruise. Okay, the governor's saying, during an earthquake, store your alcohol in soft containers. The stomach is a good container. I agree with that one. And Philip is saying that the cabinet was built by his grandfather over 50 years ago. He thinks it may be time to throw it out. But no, Philip, don't throw it out. Repurpose it. Oz vaccines all approved now. Happy days. Yes, Dave. That is the best news ever. Now that we've got AZ all approved, we've got the Pfizer and we've got the Moderna all approved. So, and the CDC is approving them all. So that's going to be extremely fantastic. And not only is it going to be fantastic for that purpose, we're going to be having an extremely good time now, because that means we can actually travel. And that thing behind me, that Qantas flight, did anybody see the Qantas flight leave Dresden or arrive into Sydney yesterday, our time? I mean, that was absolutely awesome. Awesome. Okay, Dave, you're saying to Philip, geez, that's a bit harsh. I'm sure he did his best building it. Well, yeah, I'll have a look at it later. Don't want to get myself into serious trouble here. David saying g'day to Kenny. Amy saying g'day to Kenny. So everybody's saying g'day to everybody, and that's awesome. Yes, so now we have the opportunity. We can now fly. Qantas has been doing their stuff, as in getting their planes in. The biggest discussion right now is whether or not they can get enough of the pilots to fly the aircraft, because half the pilots or most of the pilots were all stood down before the pandemic, and now it's a matter of getting them to actually come back on board and get retrained. Dave did a lap over Sydney. What a beautiful sight it was. Yes, well, that's gorgeous. It was a fantastic sight to see it do that lap. It did the lap over Sydney and then did a couple of other things. So it was amazing to actually see it land and then get taken off into the hangar. I wonder what those improvements were that they did in Dresden. I had a couple of them sitting there, so I'm curious to know. Philip, you won't find many IKEA cabinets lasting 50 years. True. Okay, so Dave says he bought an IKEA cabinet 50 years ago, still trying to get it out of the box. Dave, you don't need to get it out of the box. You've basically got to try and put it together. Read the instructions. The instructions make life difficult. Kenny, it's 4:09 Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday morning there in Kingsport, Tennessee, US of the A. Nice to have you there. Oh, we've got another person in here. G'day, Mum. How you doing? Edith, g'day, everyone. Hope you're all well and safe. It's nice to have Mum on board. Means that she's had her dinner and she's ready to fall asleep while we're going through the stream. So that's cool. No, I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. I'm going to get into serious trouble. Um, okay, so carrying on with the discussion, yes. So we've had our first one in. I'm actually quite curious because I thought we had maintenance hangars here. So yes, they've taken them out of the desert, and what they did was took them out of the desert and flew them all the way to Dresden. Had them. The first one has been updated or refitted or whatever it was that it had done to it, and now it's come back into Sydney. Now, all we need is for the A380s to be flying out of Melbourne as well, and we'll be happy and on our way. Oh dear, I'm in trouble. Mama said, "Watch it, mate." So I'm in trouble. I'm always in trouble. Story of my life. Dave is saying, see, some of the Pacific Island governments now banning mega ships from visiting due to the effect on their islands. Yeah, that's a bit of a worry. Um, Hopefully, it's not the important one. So we'll see how we go. Oh, now, John, this is pretty rich of you, right? Be nice to Mum. You won't even be nice to Bruce. Come on, seriously. You're picking on me, and you won't even be nice to your own family. I mean, geez. Um. Uh. Fortnite here, Kenneth Oakes, also shared out the live stream on Facebook and YouTube channels. Mate, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Okay, so how many more planes are we going to get out of the desert? Is it going to be only the 380s, or are they going to be doing the rest of the fleet? I believe we've got some 777s and a couple of 767 or something like that. Maybe the other seasoned travelers might be able to give me a heads up. I think all of our 747s, the jumbos, have gone to God or are being involved purely in freight transport now. But I think I don't think there's many 747s flying passengers out of here. I'm talking about the Qantas ones. Dave is saying 11 watching and 6 thumbs up. Thank you for that, Dave. Yes, folks, if you like what you see, hit that red button at the bottom and, the one that's got the S in front of it, and give us some thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Dave is saying that we've got some 787 Dreamliners. Yes, I knew there was something like that. Question is, why were they in the desert? It was during the pandemic. They all got mothballed in the desert on your side of the world, Heather, so that they would stay safe and be healthy ships or whatever it is that they do. Okay. Dave is saying Jumbo's all gone to British Airways. They don't have to scrap them. BA normally end up losing. That's true. We do have a POM in the chat here, so he could agree with that one. Philip, at church, the priest asked if anyone knows how to make holy water. I yelled out, "Take tap water and boil the hell out of it." And that's about right. That is about right. Dave's response also is that the desert climate doesn't affect them as far as erosion. And yes, that's why they mothball them there. And they mothball them out in at the Mojave Desert, I believe. And so we've got almost the entire Qantas fleet out there. Okay. So, folks, what can I say? We've got some exciting things happening. We've got the cruise coming up in a little under 340 days. I think we're looking at 339 days Hang on a minute. Let me just clarify that, and I'll tell you exactly, because I don't want to be caught up as being a bit of an exaggerator. So I will. We're looking at 339 days, 6 hours, 43 minutes, and 25, 24, 23, 22 seconds. But who's counting? Okay, so okay, Rob. I don't fly. Rob doesn't fly BA. He likes his planes to have parts dated after World War Two. Yep. And Dave is saying he has been there and seen them where they are stored. We'll post some pics tomorrow. Mate, that would be awesome. It must be a real thing when you have a look at them and you see all these flying kangaroos just sitting in the middle of a place where kangaroos don't normally go. Dave is saying spot on to Rob. Well, that's true. Okay. Philip is saying, is there an aeroplane graveyard near Alice Springs? I believe there is one. I don't know who actually runs that one, but I believe there is one out near Alice Springs. Yeah, it's a real shame because that means that Dave has now got to use his microwave oven to actually get some energy to flap his arms. I believe Dave's going on a cruise fairly shortly too, so that's going to be awesome. Dave is saying, being a plane nut, he stood there licking the fence. I would have been standing there licking the fence just to get the hell out of this place. Australia's a great place. Love it. I absolutely love it. I thank God that my parents made the biggest mistake of their lives and brought us to Australia. Well, there's a big story about a family story about that one. And if you guys want to know more about it, you'll PM me and we'll discuss it. But at the end of the day, I am eternally grateful to my parents for making the biggest mistake of their lives. I realize that the mistake they made has made me the person I am today, so I'm really appreciative of that. So there we go. All right, I've been talking about a cruise. Well, let me bring that cruise up so that you guys can know where we're going, what we're doing, and with whom. I'm so looking forward to having fun. It's going to be a great time. So here we go. There we go, having fun in the sun, as per usual, right? So, Kenny is saying that there are 13 in the house and only 7 thumbs up. Everybody hit those thumbs up, or else I'll get Kenny to sit on your lap. Um, okay. G'day Najuma, how are you? Welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Well, there's another member of our group cruise, and we're looking so forward to catching up with everybody on the group cruise. Okay, so let me just tell you what's happening. 339 days to go, and there is some exciting things afoot. We've been looking at our aeroplane costs to get over to the other side of the pond. Discussing it with, we think we're going to wait just a little bit, and then we're going to talk to a TA, because looking at the cost of flights right now, it's actually going to be interesting, because we're not only looking at one place, we're looking at flying into Fort Myers and flying out of Tampa. So that's kind of like the plans. If that all pans together, that's going to be awesome. So we'll see how we go. We're certainly looking forward to meeting up with a whole group of you when you actually make it to when we actually make it to Florida. So it's going to be great. We're going into Florida, spending time with family and friends, going off the cruise, and coming back, catching up with a few other people in Tampa, and then flying back home for a holiday. So we're in for some exciting things to go. So as time goes by, we'll unveil more of our plans of how we're going to actually do this. If any of you are wondering where Ilana is tonight, I've been a magnanimous boss. I've given her the night off. The reason is we are going to spend. We're actually looking at moving our business premises next week, and Ilana has been doing lots and lots and lots of preparation for that, and so I'm giving her the night off, and a well-deserved one at that. Amy, I just saw yours and had a bit of a triple take. You're not going to be able to go on the cruise for various reasons. You'll for sure head to Miami to be able to hang out and meet you. Amy, we want you on the cruise. We want you on the cruise. But I'll tell you what, come on down and spend time. Even if you do the before cruise dinner, because we're going to be having a before cruise dinner the night before the cruise. We're going to be catching up at a hotel. I'm not sure which one. I'm still going to tidy that up with Cindy. But we're having a cruise get together on the night before the cruise. And those who want to say good day to all of us and make sure that we actually get on the cruise and kick us out of Miami, we'll be happy to have you guys come along on board and enjoy the dinner with us. But yeah, we'd love to have you all on board. You know, it's fun when you've got a bunch of people there. All right, John, did he pay you for this? Asking for a Canadian friend. What activities are on the cruise? Yes. Yes, there are activities. So, 22 cabins right now. We've got, that makes at least 50 people, because some of those people who are coming will have their young'uns with them. John, of course, is bringing his entire family. That makes up 70 of the people that are going to be there. So, yes, we're going to be having some fun in the sun. And you'll find out the activities when you see them, John and Larry and whoever else. Yes. So, any ideas about what one would do in the Fort Myers, Orlando, Tampa area? Give us some hints. Let's see. And by the way, who's going on a cruise before the group cruise? Give us a hint. As well as that, if you're a creator, hashtag creator. If you're a supporter, hashtag supporter. If you're a hashtag free the Aussies, we'll go with that one too. Just chuck that into the chat, and we will. And those who have not seen these channels before, please have a look at them and subscribe if you so desire. But those channels are awesome, and you want to have a look at them and check them out. We've got Stream Elements here saying, we would like to thank all of you who've donated to Helping Hands for Cruising. Please continue to give so that we may have more recipients joining our future cruises. And we would be included in that recipient list would be our first recipient, Mr. Kenny. So he's going to have an absolute ball when he comes on board. Kenny is coming in with a creator supporter. Awesome creator. Does some really great stuff. Amy's next cruise is in 80 days on the Mardi Gras. I thought you just got off one cruise, Amy. Oh, Mom's saying she's still awake. Okay, Mom. All right, I'll behave. Amy is saying that she's a hashtag supporter and has been told that she's a creator. Well, based on the last 7 videos that you've put up, I would definitely say that you're a creator, young lady, so just stick to it. Najuma is a hashtag supporter and a hashtag free. Thank you so much, Najuma. Really appreciate that. And it's people like you, Najuma, that we really appreciate, because without the supporters, we wouldn't be having our YouTube channel. So thank you very much, and we really appreciate it. Okay, hashtag creator, hashtag supporter, hashtag free the Aussies, hashtag awesomeness, hashtag you wish you were awesome, hashtag everything. Come on, Heather. That's a sentence, and I can't read past the first syllable. Okay, all right. Now, Kenny, are you ready? I got your favorite song here, mate. So let me put this up for you, and then you're going to make some comments, I bet you. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, Dave. Hashtag supporter, hashtag microwave / heels hoist. I like that. We've got to remember the microwave and the heels hoist. Let's put them on the famous list. All right, Kenny, here we go, my friend. I think you're going to like this. Mm-hmm.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul, and floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach? One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
Well, I want to say thank you to FatMat Adventures for putting that together. That has got to be one of the most unbelievable songs. It's haunting, and it's also one of the songs that actually promotes the Helping Hands for Cruising. So good on you, FatMat. And folks, if you haven't had an opportunity, Kenny, you might want to put FatMat's details in the link. That would be greatly appreciated. And let's get some people showing him some love there. Oh, by the way, Kenny is saying hashtag non-sleeper. Well, I wouldn't be so proud of that, Kenny. You need the break every now and then. And there we go. Thank you for that, Kenny. FatMat Adventures, thanks to FatMat for the song. Folks, if you would be so honored to actually share him some love. He's actually done some amazing things there, and that song is brilliant. All right, so Heather goes, Kenny, have you beat? Yeah, well, Heather doesn't sleep much either, to be honest. And that's not a good thing. You guys got to sleep. Sleep. Don't tell me sleep is overrated. Okay, so yes, so cruising in Australia right now is still big question mark. There was meant to be a meeting happening today or tomorrow, our time, with the New South Wales government, where they were talking about allowing cruising, or having some discussion about allowing cruising to go out of Sydney at least. If we've got cruising going out of Sydney, that would be the start to cruising out of Australia. Essentially, in the early stages, I'm pretty sure that the cruising will be local. So, we would have cruises to nowhere. And that would be fine, because the cruising community would love to get onto that. And as a result, we will actually be getting some of our staff back to work, which is what we want to do, right? We want to be able to cruise so that we can have people coming and going and having lots of fun. So, Heather, you didn't invent that line. I did. Sleep is for the customer. Yep, I invented it. It's my line. But I'll let you use it for a fee. There we go. So P&O Australia have been having discussions at this point. It's also Royal Caribbean have been having discussions, and a couple of others as well have been having discussions about cruising. And right now we'll be doing cruising. I think cruising will start around about August, September next year, that when we have the start of our season. Philip is saying that he just saw P&O cancel the Cairns cruise he was looking at in June. So I think you'll find that cruising will be coming back in around about August. As soon as the New South Wales government goes and knocks on the door of the feds will go, okay, I'll tell you what, let's get it happening. Because right now there's a whole industry that is actually suffering right now, and that's the travel industry. So yeah, it's been totally annihilated. Thanks, Heather. I know, that's why I threw it back at you. Yep, I know you, and I deserved it probably. So anyway, so yes, that's what we're looking at. We think. We were hoping that the meeting was supposed to be sometime this week, but I believe I've got a feeling it was set for Thursday, which is tomorrow our time. So will be interesting. And if here's some speculation though. If they say go ahead, so now we are in November. So if they said if the federal government said yes, okay, let's open up for cruising. So technically speaking, it would take the cruise industry 3 months to actually get started. So, and this is just wishful thinking, right? November, they say yes. So December's pretty well shot, trying to get staff and all that around. December, January, February, March, we could be looking at starting cruising. March, April, somewhere around there. If, and that is a big if, the government said today, off you go. If they don't, they'll probably wait until the new year when they'll go, okay, let's open up the doors. But right now, flying is open, so you can fly. I don't see why cruising shouldn't be able to happen as well. Right now, flying is allowed for getting Aussies back and other citizens back to their own countries. But I don't think that it'll be too long before they go, okay, anybody can travel. Because we've actually reached, the good news is we've actually reached over the 80% mark for the entire Australian population of those that are double vaxxed. New South Wales has hit 90%, I believe, and Victoria is not that far behind. So the two major states with most of the population in it, New South Wales and Victoria, those two states, they have got pretty much predominantly most of the double vaxxed. At the moment, we can fly, we will be permitted to fly from Melbourne or Sydney out to London and or LA or anywhere else around the world before we can even fly to Perth, which is very quickly becoming a country on its own. So there we go. Such is life. We have to do with what we have. At the end of the day, folks, what's great is the doors are opening and we will be allowed to cruise. So that's news from here. P&O have been putting out adverts, P&O Australia that is, have been putting out adverts for cruising that's going to come up shortly. At the moment, we're seeing cruises go basically from here to South Pacific, etc. Now, in answer to your question, Rob, so I live in the state of Victoria, and our major airport, our main airport, is Melbourne Airport. So MEL is the code for Melbourne. Dave and a couple of other people in the chat who are Sydney-based or New South Wales-based, their main airport is Sydney Airport, which is SYD. So those are our major airports. Okay, Kenny is saying 12 in the house and only 8 thumbs up. We could get more thumbs up, please. Thank you very much, Kenny. Mate, I appreciate the way you're hounding them. You know that people like that are like double. Those that are going against vaccinations. Those sort of people that they'll find any excuse not to hit the thumbs up. They may even go for the thumbs down, but who cares? It's all numbers for us. We appreciate any response. We would hope that they're all thumbs up, but if we get a couple of thumbs down, okay, sorry. But we're glad you came in and had the opportunity to have an opinion. Don't agree with your opinion, but hey, there it is. Yes, so for us to fly right now we're excited. It's a matter of getting the passport. Some news, Ilana got her passport today, so we'll be doing what is necessary to get us into the US for the cruise. And we'll be looking at doing that later on today, or later on this evening, I think. So it's, you've got to get, what do they call that, an ESTA card or something, ESTA approval to fly into the US rather than getting the visa, because the ESTA is kind of like the visa. I think that's the way it works. At any rate, we'll be doing that, and that'll be awesome. It's just a matter of getting on a plane, closing your eyes, and waking up in a different country, and then get on the cruise ship and do exactly that. So that's going to be awesome. Okay, so when you get on a cruise ship, what's your favorite drink? What's your favorite drink? Mine? I don't mind the odd ale or the odd red. Those are my favorite drinks. a nice glass of Merlot or Shardy. No, Shardy's white. Nice glass of Merlot or Shiraz. That's my favourite, or even a good ale. So I'm certainly looking forward to when we go onto the Carnival Horizon to actually give the local brew that they brew on board a bit of a try and see how that goes. Um, Heather, her favourite is a daiquiri. Awesome. Philip, oh Philip, how, mate, you go with a soda water. Now, soda water, that's the most expensive drink, isn't it? Isn't it? Um, Rob from Cruising on the High Seas, 339 days, 7 hours, 18 minutes, and 15 seconds. I think your next cruise is the same as ours. And for that, oh no, you're doing a back to back, so you got one before ours. So that's awesome. That'd be nice. What have we got here? Kenny. YouTube considers thumbs up or thumbs down either one interaction and helps the YouTube analytics and algorithm. So thanks for that clearing up, Kenny. That's awesome. John is saying any fruity drink with an umbrella. Does that include pineapples? I'm just asking. Just asking. Just asking. The last time I mentioned pineapple, I had Kenny and Fitz and Amy turning extremely red. So I don't know. Rob is saying, or is it after? Well, that'll be awesome if it is after. And is it doing the same? Rob, is that back to back doing the same itinerary twice? So you're coming on our group cruise, and then the one after does the same itinerary. Um, um. Oh, I see. John was asking for a friend. Well, excuse me. John was telling the truth because I sneezed on the truth. So any fruity drink, huh? So you were asking for did the friend happen to be Larry by any chance? Um, yes. So daiquiri, huh? Or fruity drinks. What will be your go-to meal for the group cruise, or for any cruise? The first thing you do on the cruise is a lot of guys will go to Guy's Burger if it's a carnival. What's your desired bit of tucker when you get on board? So Rob is saying one is an 8-day and the other is a 6-day. Oh, that's cool. But is it the same itinerary? Do you go to the same places? John is saying to Cruising on the Ice to Rob, looking at the 6 days on the horizon after the 8 days, is that the cruise you're looking at? That'd be nice, actually. We do the 8 days, then he goes and jumps on the 6 day, and that's great. All right, so now, so I haven't got anybody telling me what their go-to food is. Mine is I'm actually looking forward to getting a nice big steak. That's what I'm looking to do. Maybe a porterhouse. Kenny, his go-to meal is octopus and escargot. Mate, I don't think you've ever tried those. How can those be your go-tos? Rob is saying maybe. And John is saying that it's the same ship but 6 different islands. Okay, that's cool. So that's good. That's a different run. Awesome. Well, that'll be exciting for you, Rob. Get to have a look at I'm assuming they're both in the Caribbean. So yours will be a different run, different idea. Well, that'll be lovely. So you get not only you'll be getting the ABC all told. Would that be about right? Okay, Heather. Burgers too. We kind of just walk the buffet and try it all. Yeah, the buffet. Well, we'll have a look. I'm kind of hanging out to try the Fahrenheit. I mean, we're planning on having one special meal on the cruise. By that I mean it's an extra charge meal, and it's usually the steak restaurant. So we'll have a go at that and see how we do it. Um, we've tried everyone on every ship that we've gone on. So Kenny is saying that's why I mentioned it, because he wants to try it for the first. That'd be awesome, Kenny. Yeah, I think you're really gonna like. We're gonna be flooded with Kenny's taste tests. Um, Mum is saying she's still awake. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're still awake. Maybe I haven't put you to sleep yet. Um, Rob is saying either he's on our group cruise or Lalita Locust group cruise. Um, I think you're on ours because Cindy told me you're on ours. So that's awesome. Um, Najuma says she wants to try the Fahrenheit also. Well, Najuma, you know what? It's going to be awesome, and maybe we can do the Fahrenheit the same night. But it's awesome. Want to try a good, decent steak? Oh, look, history for us. We've been on 2 cruises before this one. We would have been on a third if it wasn't for the pandemic. The first cruise we went on was on the Golden Princess, and on the Golden Princess they had the Crown restaurant. The Crown is the steak restaurant there. That was an awesome steak. Really enjoyed it. The next cruise we went on was the Sun Princess, and the Golden we went to New Zealand. The Sun we went to the South Pacific, and they have the Sterling restaurant on there and the Sterling Steakhouse. So the Sterling Steakhouse, the steak was just as good. So willing to try any steak restaurant and give it a go, see how we enjoy it. But yes, so Najuma, looking forward to spending time with you in that restaurant or on that ship. We're going to have an absolute ball. Few celebrations going on that cruise. We've got a couple of wedding anniversaries. We've got a couple of birthdays. We've got a whole bunch of firsts happening. We've got the inaugural Helping Hands for Cruising cruise going on. We've got Meet a Stranger. So there's a whole bunch of firsts going on that cruise, and so we're absolutely looking forward to it. It's just a matter of us getting there. We'll be getting there, having fun in the sun, pina coladas and whatever else. You don't need alcohol in a pina colada, you know. And as John says, a good fruity drink. Hopefully the fruity drink doesn't have to be fermented, but you can have a good fruity drink. For example, I know that Kenny's going to absolutely drink himself silly with all the water and coffee and soda that he can drink. So might even be able to get some mocktails, you know. A mocktail does not have any alcohol in it. It is a mock cocktail. And some of those are really good. Okay, so few good things happening. There'll be a bunch of people having a good time. Who's going to go on the ropes course? Or who's going to give the sky ride a go? That'd be awesome. What about the water park on the cruise ship? That'd be really awesome. See who's going to do what. Rob is saying as long as Rafi doesn't know That's great, as I'm helping to surprise, or hoping to surprise that I'm on board with him. Oh, that's cool. Okay, shh, don't tell Ruffy. We don't want Ruffy to know. Ruffy from Vsauce Travel. I'll do it as long as you do it. All right, you're wrong. If you're scared of heights like I am, you're wrong. I actually hold on to the banister when I'm right next to the balcony because I don't want. You never know what might happen. Anyway, yes, we're certainly looking forward to having a good time to meet up with all you guys. As time goes by, we'll be giving you more information about what's happening in the zoo. But this week is going to be a huge week. As I say, we're doing our move for our business starting on Monday. So come Wednesday, you never know what's going to happen. Philip, Carnival used to have a free bottle of wine per couple if you eat at the steakhouse on first night, but 'twas 2 years ago. Well, that's worth a look in. I don't mind a free bottle of wine. See how we go. I'll have to ask the question. Ask the question. Anyway, first night. Man, okay, so picture this. We get on the ship. Ship stays in dock until what? About 4:30, I think, is when sail away is. So we have sail away, and then we start our cruise. Well, actually, you'd be starting your cruise the minute you walk on the ship. The fact that the ship is sailing away is it's just a thing. But the fact that we're all on board ship having fun together, that would be awesome. That'll be the best. And I believe it's not exactly a small ship, so there'll be some places where we can go and get some quiet time and so forth. Anybody who's going on the cruise with us, I will be making some time to do some karate practice. No, I won't be punching anybody, but I'll be doing some karate things like practicing kata and so forth, practicing the forms, trying to stay fit, doing 100 push-ups with a mannequin underneath so I can practice my CPR. So those will be some of the fun things we'll be doing. But don't tell Larry. Those are some of the activities. Do not tell Larry. Anyway, folks, we're coming up to the top of the hour fairly shortly. I would like to thank you all for coming on board. I'm going to call it quits. Wish you a very pleasant week, what's left of it. We will be back together. Ilana and I will be back together on Saturday afternoon. For those of you that are across our side of the pond, it's Saturday our time at 2 p.m. For those of you on the other side of the pond, it is 10 p.m. Friday evening. So we will be having a good time up until then, and we will then have some fun times doing our move after the live stream. Heather just quickly is saying that the sail away is just a formality. Laugh out loud. Cruisers start the moment her feet hit the deck. Yeah, and I reckon that's pretty much for everybody. At any rate, folks, we're out of here. You have fun. Have a good week. We'll catch you all later. And please be kind to each other. Have a great day. Bye.